Hi, this is your host on business and the career development series, Obioha Oti. I'm happy to be with you once again this time around. Okay, I'm here to give you a number of tips, ideas that will guide you as a beginner in business. Remember, what we are talking about right now is if you are starting a new business, what are the things that should come into your mind? You are about to start a business. You want to start a business. What are the things that should come into your mind? Okay? Now, the first thing I will tell you is before you even start, right there at the point of starting, think big. Think very big. Now, many people start a business with a shallow idea. A lot of people, they start a business, but the idea that they use to start that business is not something big. For instance, there are lots of businesses that you can start, but such businesses are not scalable. A scalable business is a business that can grow with time. If you want to start a business that will actually make profit, grow big, and become something that you will be proud of in some years to come, you need to think very big concerning the business. What I actually mean about thinking big is not that you have to, think in a weird manner. No, you just have to sit down and come up with an idea that is actually something that makes sense. For instance, you cannot come up with an idea that is very shallow and expect that your business will grow and become something that you'll be proud of in a few years to come. Sometimes, if you start a business with a shallow idea, the business will not be sustainable at the long run. Okay, so you have to think big. Think very big. For instance, even if you want to start a business that has to do with, for instance, selling items, maybe in a provision shop, you want to start a provision shop as a business, and the money you have is just enough for you to maybe construct a little container, then put a few shelves, and then buy a few items to put in that very container. Yes, it is okay to start small, but it is not okay to limit your thinking to that little that scope that you have started. Though even as you are starting small, you still need to have a huge imagination concerning what you expect your business to be. For instance, in a month's time, in 2 months' time, in 6 months' time, in a year's time, in 5 years' time, and so on and so forth. You need to have a plan on how you expect your business to grow with time. That is what I mean by thinking big. Now, if you start a business that is not scalable, it means that the chances of that business to grow is very, very little or not at all. And there is a danger with a business that is not growing. If your business is not growing, what it actually means is that it will eventually die. Because anything that does not grow will die and fizzle out with time. Now, there are many reasons why your business should grow, When I talk of growth in business, I'm not really talking about multiplication of locations of that business. I'm not talking of opening of different branches of that business. A business may grow based on the size, even if it is in one particular location. It may grow based on the size of the balance sheet of that business. What I mean by size of balance sheet is the quantity of items. For instance, if you started a provision shop and you are selling maybe a total number of items that the total capital you started with is let's say 100,000 naira. If after maybe a year you have added extra 50,000 or another 100,000 on top of that, it means your business is growing. But if you discover that at the end of a certain period of time, the size of the capital you started with does not increase, there is no capital gain in that business, a whole lot of things, to show that your business is actually making progress does not show. It means that your business is not growing. And if your business is not growing, you need to look at that business again and be able to decipher what exactly is going wrong. Now, let me give you a few tips on some of the things you need to think about before even you start a business, or before you begin to try to convert the idea you have in your mind as a viable business idea. Now, there is something I call the 3D, the 3D plan. If a business is so plain simple, if an idea is too simple, you will notice that so many people would have tried to carry out that idea. So if before you start a business, you need to think deeply, like I said, think in a big way. The 3D idea is that before a business idea is viable, it should be one, dirty, dangerous, and it should be something that people don't have to easily find a way of getting through it. It shouldn't be something that is too cheap for people to easily carry out. Remember, like I said from the beginning of this series, I said that the most difficult part of business is to actually put into action the idea that you have in your head. That is what separates the champions from the naysayers, from those that don't have the ability to carry out what they wish to do. You understand? So if a business is dirty, if a business is dangerous, those businesses would likely have profitability in them. Okay? So now, let me explain what I mean by a business that is dirty. A whole lot of people will not want to involve themselves in a dirty business. There was once a certain entrepreneur that started the business of opening small public toilets for people to use at a fee. That entrepreneur went a whole long way and made a whole lot of money in the process. Now, there are so many other ways you can engage yourself in a dirty business and make money out of it. For instance, cleaning. There are so many entrepreneurs that are involved in cleaning. It does not mean that you will be the one to directly clean by yourself, but you can engage or hire cleaners, to work in places where you have to do cleaning for your customers. Okay, now let's talk about businesses that are dangerous. A whole lot of people don't like to engage in activities that appear to be dangerous. So, one of the elements of the 3D is that if you can come up with a business to solve problems that are supposed to be considered dangerous to people, then somehow you are equally in business. So when you want to come up with a business idea, think big, don't think small. Don't just think at a basic level. Imagine how that business is going to be in many, many years to come. Then another thing you need to do when you are thinking of starting a business is that you need to create new markets. It does not necessarily mean businesses that have existed, businesses that people already know about. Sometimes what people need is not already existing. For instance, there is a popular quote from Henry Ford. Henry Ford said, "If I had asked people what they needed at the time I discovered the motor vehicle, they would have said they needed faster horses." You understand? Because at that time, nobody knew about the kind of machines that move the way we have motor vehicles these days. So if he had conducted a research and said, "Let me ask my would-be customers, my potential customers, what they actually needed," they will say, "Okay, we need horses that will move faster than the ones that we have right away." So, but he thought outside the box. He thought in a big way, and he came up with the idea of producing vehicles. And today, vehicle manufacturing, vehicle parts, everything that has to do with vehicle is big business today. Okay, so now another thing you need to think about before you even start your business, or if you have started your business at the early stage, is that you need to work on your business, not in your business. Remember, in one of the videos I made earlier, I said that if your business depends on you to function, what it actually means is that you have a job, you don't have a business. If you are an entrepreneur, you are somebody that you expect your business to thrive, you have an idea that will yield a scalable business and a business that is going to grow big with time, you need to plan the business in such a way that it can work whether you are there or not. Now, the best way to structure your business such that it will work seamlessly is to structure it in such a way that it does not depend on people. It does not depend on anybody to work. It does not depend on you to work. You don't have to work in your business. You have to work on your business. You get the point now? So, what is it that makes your business not to depend on you? Put the appropriate systems in place. Put the appropriate things in place that will make your business to function seamlessly, independent of yourself or any other person. Now, remember, when I talked about registration of businesses, I said you have to register your business, and your business have to be a separate entity from yourself. The business account is different from your own personal account. The money that the business owns is different from your own money. You don't mix your own money, you that is the founder or the entrepreneur. You don't mix your money with that of the business. Sometimes in my business, when I make an expense on behalf of the business and I come back to claim the business from the necessary staff that deal with expenses, they'll be like, Oga, why are you claiming this money? And so I say, I spent my money for the business. and I want to claim my money back. So some of them who don't really understand the intricacies of business feel puzzled. But the truth is that the business is not you. The business is different from you. So you have to treat that business that way. Otherwise, you will not be able to go far in that business. Okay, now, even if you are the founder or the CEO, you also need to make the business separate to the extent that the business pays you salary just like every other person. Because if you are working for another organization at the position you are occupying and at the grade at which you are occupying that position, you should ask yourself, how much are they supposed to pay, especially if the business is operating at that level that your business is operating at that time. So these are the things you need to have in mind, and you need to put in place for that business to function independent of you. I said in one of my previous videos as well that, can you leave your business for a day, a week, a month, and things will still function very well? These are the things you need to bear in mind right from the beginning. Don't start a business that you cannot step away from. I think that's a better grammar. Don't start a business you cannot step away from for a while. Sometimes I meet some people, for instance, doctors, maybe lab scientists, lawyers, and the rest of them. When you come to patronize them in their business, they will assure you that, don't worry, I will personally attend to you to give you the satisfaction you need. That is not the kind of business I would like to do. If I must be the one to attend to clients in my business, I don't want to do that business. If clients must be satisfied just because I personally attended to them in my business, that business is not my kind of business. I will want a business that anybody can attend to any client and give them maximum satisfaction. Think about it this way. If you must be the one to attend to your clients, no matter what kind of clients, whether they are premium clients or not, if you must be the one to attend to them, how many clients will you attend to give them that maximum satisfaction that will give your business the traction to grow to the level that you want it to grow to? You get the point now? So when you are starting your business, start a business that does not depend on anybody to function. Human beings fail. Human beings are not as reliable as systems. Systems function independent of whatever anybody thinks. Systems function based on the way they are programmed to function. Systems may not necessarily be complicated equipment or complicated computers, machines, and so on. No. Systems could be rules that work over time to produce perfect and reliable results. Now, one of the things that will help you if you put a perfect systems in place is that in the process of recruitment, your systems will help you to direct anybody that you have recruited to seamlessly key into the culture of your business. So when you are starting a business, if you think of that business and your mind is telling you that this business cannot work independent of you, then that business idea is not a good one to start. Maybe at the beginning, the business will depend on you so much, but always have it at the back of your mind that that business should at some point begin to function independent of you. Otherwise, jettison that business idea, it is not the best one to start. Okay. Now, if you are starting a business with a very basic idea, with a very simple idea that anybody can easily see through, then you should have in mind that competition in that business will be very stiff. For instance, think about businesses where a whole lot of people are engaged in, and so much competition is involved, and the price margin of either service delivery or selling products in that kind of business is very little. Such businesses will not be profitable enough to give you the traction you need to grow your business. So that is why I talked about the 3D concept. So if you want to start a business, think of a business that is profitable. At first, certain businesses may not look like they are going to be profitable. But if you think deeply, you do the necessary research, and you believe in yourself enough, you will discover that you will eventually get to where you should go. Okay, so let me briefly summarize what I have said so far. Before you start a business, think deep and think big from the beginning. Make sure the business you are starting is going to be scalable. If your business is not scalable, it will eventually die. Most of the businesses that start and they don't see the light of the day is because the founder did not think very well. He didn't put all the necessary things in place. These are one of the reasons why businesses just collapse. For instance, before I started Blessed Trust, what I did was, after writing the business plan, remember it was not just something very complicated, just a simple calculation on a piece of paper. What if I start with so and so amount? I started with so and so number of staff. How is it going to play out after 1 month, after 2 months? Project it to 1 year, project it to 2 years. I take care of certain factors that may likely come up within the economy, and so on and so forth. Now, if the plan you have on paper tells you that this business is scalable, this business can continue to grow, you understand, and then what if at this so and so point you have maybe 1,000 customers? What you have in place now, will it take care of 1,000 customers? If it will not, will you be able to put in place whatever that will take care of 1,000 customers, and so on and so forth? If all the answers to that is yes, 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 then you know you have a business, a scalable business idea. Like I said also, if your business does not grow, it means that it will not have all the things that is required to sustain that business. Nobody will want to work in a business that is not growing, because if you employ staff, as time goes on, they want you to promote them. They want you to increase their salaries. They want better conditions to continue to work in that organization. And if you are not able to provide that with time, it means that you will lose all the valuable people working there. And if they are not contributing what is required to move the business further, the business will eventually collapse. Then finally, I said that you have to work on your business, not just in your business. And remember, entrepreneurs don't just think outside the box, they own that box. Okay? I don't want this video to be too long, but in a nutshell, all I'm trying to say is that before you start a business, make sure that that business makes sense. Don't just start a business for the sake of starting a business. Some people go ahead, okay, I want to start a pure water business because they see people doing pure water business. Have you thought deeply about it? In your business plan, have you thought big enough for that business to start, thrive, survive, and move beyond that to start scaling and then start growing with time? Okay? So these are the few things I want you to ponder upon as you watch this video. And remember, like I said, I'm going to be bringing out ideas that will help those that are already in business and those that are thinking about business. And also, I promise you that continue to follow these videos. Even if you are not already doing business, I assure you that the more you follow me, the more you see my videos and think about them, you will soon have that inspiration that you need to break out of your shell and start thinking of a business or the other to do. And remember also that it's not just about having an idea or just about thinking about a business. The key thing is about actually starting that business. A whole lot of people have that inertia. You have that thing pulling you back, that you are not ripe enough to start. Maybe you are saying the money I have is not enough for me to start, or you are saying time is not ripe enough, or you are saying that I'm not in the right city that I will wish to start a business. So many reasons why you will not start. The important thing is to start. If you start, situations, conditions will naturally align themselves to help that your business to flourish. Just that. A business is just like a baby. Remember, it is the survival of that baby does not wholly depend on the parents of that baby. When a baby is born, even when the parents are no longer alive, when the parents die as a result of one reason or the other, the baby is most likely going to survive on its own. So that is how a business is. Just start. What you need to do is just start. Start. Don't keep back. Stop hesitating. Don't sit on the fence. No matter how little you have, it doesn't matter that you are working now, you are an employee. No, start. You can start, like I said, and put somebody there to run the business on your behalf. From time to time, you put your eye, provided there is no conflict of interest between the business you have started and where you are working. You handle everything wisely. As we go on in this series, I am going to tell you how to be working and still be putting an eye in whatever business that you wish to start. Okay, I think I will call it a day for now. I'll have to stop there for now. I'm not sure when I'm going to come live to take questions and so on. So if you have any question you have to ask me, please leave it as a comment under this video. I believe that this video has given you some value. If you believe that you've been inspired, this video have actually made you to know a thing or two that you didn't know before, please, I would like you to tell me under the comments section, and please help to share this video. I want more and more people to benefit from whatever information I'm passing across here. And remember, one of my books, like I said, will soon be coming. That book is titled Business is a Marathon. A whole lot of the ideas I'm bringing out here is in that business is in that book, and I'm going to tell you exactly some of the things that helped me to get to the point I am, though I've not gone too far, but at least I've been able to get to a stage where my business can run whether I'm there or not. And this is a stage that every businessman should aspire to get to. No matter how little your business is, no matter how big it should function independent of you. Okay, I don't want this video to get to 30 minutes. Right now it's about 28 minutes or so. So I'm going to stop right here. Thank you so much. We'll see some other time. And bye-bye.